Hey, everybody. Hope everybody's having an amazing, wonderful Christmas. Christmas morning. We've already done our gifts. My son and I traditionally have biscuits and gravy for breakfast on Christmas Day. So today I am making a carnivore biscuit recipe by Chris Cook in Nashville. He has two versions. The newest version is supposedly an upgrade to the old version. So that's the one I'm going to be making. I got it to work. Got the printout of the recipe now. So what we need is 8 ounces of cream cheese, softened, right here. 1 cup of whey protein concentrate, right there. 1.5 tablespoons of unflavored gelatin. You get mine at Walmart. A little under $5 a bag. 1/4 cup of butter powder. I found this on Amazon. This one has a lot of them have added milk powder, but this one had buttermilk powder. So there we go. Probably great for buttermilk biscuits. 1 teaspoon of baking powder, which when I adjusted for elevation, it said to cut that in half. 2 egg whites. 3 tablespoons of frozen butter grated. I have some little pats of it in the freezer right now. And 2 tablespoons of melted butter for brushing. All right, so I've got 1 cup of the grass-fed whey protein in the bowl, and the 1/4 cup of the butter powder. Now it calls for 1.5 tablespoons of unflavored gelatin.
Concentrate. I have butter powder, which is like freeze-dried butter, basically. That way we get the butter fat without the moisture. Baking powder. You can use cream of tartar and baking soda and make your own. I will link an aluminum-free baking powder in the description box for you guys. Beef gelatin. Any kind of gelatin, unflavored.
Right. That's what I thought. And the baking powder, which the altitude adjustment. Now, Chris's recipe calls for a full teaspoon of baking powder. I'm adjusting for altitude. It says to cut it by 1/4, so I guess 3/4 of it. There we go. Whisk all that together. Add powdered ingredients. Whisk. Add dry ingredients on top of the cream cheese and mix until just combined and smooth. So, I believe he does it with a spatula. Yeah, it's pretty soft. Yeah, then we're going to mix it in. That's how he did it. He just kind of dumped it in and started mixing it around. So I'll mix this in and then I'll be back. All right, so the mixture is ready now. You just kind of see when you dump dump it in, you kind of fold it over, keep folding it until you get sticky, doughy texture. Then next step is we need to get the egg whites and whip them up to soft peaks. I'll be right back. All right, so now I got everything separated. We're going to whisk the eggs to soft peaks, the egg whites, and then the next step will be folding it all together. I'll be back.
We're going to reduce the cream.
Okay, guys. So Chris Cook in Nashville, in his video, he's got these little metal mold rings, like biscuit rings or something like that. I don't have those. So what I'm doing is I'm using a muffin pan, and he says to put those in the oven and preheat them so that they get hot. Has something to do with the way these are going to turn out. Now, like I said, he's like a food wizard scientist, so he explains it in better detail in his video than I'm going to. So I've got my muffin pan in the oven, and then I'll take it out here in just a minute, greased with most likely bacon fat, some bacon grease I've got. Then you fill the mold, I think he said 3/4, and his recipe makes 8 of those rings, which are going to be more biscuit sized. Mine are going to turn out a little bit more like muffins. I don't have those rings. So, but then you put that into the freezer for a few minutes. And like I said, he's a scientist. Something about after you put it in the freezer for the period of time he says to, and then you put it into the oven. It has some kind of a shock value to it that helps to make the biscuit texture turn out the way it's going to turn out. So hopefully this turns out right, since I don't have the biscuit rings and I'm doing a muffin pan. So I'll be back here in a few minutes. I just put the biscuits into the oven, and about 7 minutes roughly. I had to adjust the recipe for altitude, so chop this up a little more. And the recipe Chris does for his gravy is pretty much the same recipe that I started making last year. Use 2 cups of heavy cream and about 2 ounces of cream cheese. And your salt and your pepper. And make some nice, pretty thick gravy. There you go. Scraping up all the little pieces off the bottom first. Now I'm going to get my heavy cream and get that put in. There we go. One cup. A little short there. Alright, I'll get the rest of that out here in a minute. Love heavy cream. Alright. Now, about 2 ounces of cream cheese. Get that fire turned down. Oops. Go. Now you can also bloom 2 teaspoons of beef gelatin. If you want it to get a little bit thicker, I do that quite often. I might actually do it in this. There we go. Roughly looking good, Eli.
Yeah.
All right, so the cream cheese is in there now. Let that melt down some. Now we're going to put in roughly about a half teaspoon of salt to start for taste. And calls for 2 teaspoons of black pepper. So I like my black pepper, so I have no problems with that. And it's starting to bubble. Turn that heat down a little bit more, I think. What's going on? Yeah, you move it around, just like you would if you were making normal gravy. On the bottom, just kind of keep anything from burning, sticking. We got Chronicles 2 playing in the background here. Earlier we had Polar Express. That's another one of our little traditions we like to do is when we're opening gifts in the morning, we'll put on Polar Express. Usually I've got breakfast done before Polar Express is even over, but now we eat the way we eat, don't really eat breakfast. And not only that, I was trying a new recipe, so things take a little longer. Add just a little bit more heavy cream. I want a little bit more gravy. That's the nice thing about this. You can play with this. Oh, I forgot one thing in the biscuits. Hopefully they turn out. I forgot the shaved butter.
You were talking?
Talking to them, actually.
Okay.
But I forgot to put in this frozen butter. You're supposed to grate in frozen butter. So hopefully these turn out, guys. I just made a boo-boo.
Wait, oh, I'm going to kick your butt.
You hear my kid getting brave. Anyways, for the gravy, I am going to bloom a little bit of beef gelatin. Make sure it thickens up the way I like it. So the way you bloom it, roughly 2 teaspoons of gelatin and about a tablespoon of water. And you just mix that around, let it sit for a minute. It'll get really hard, like rubbery. Ooh, black pepper. Sorry about the lighting, guys. There we go, lighting's back. Because I added a little more heavy cream, I think I need a little bit more cream cheese as well. There we go. They don't need any more salt. Check on these biscuits. Oh, yeah. Those look done. Nice. All right. So the biscuits actually look pretty good. In a minute, I'll get some out of the pan. Cool down a little bit. Oh, we finished making this gravy. So the piece of cream cheese melts in. Then I'll finish prepping the bloomed beef gelatin. Get that blended in, and then gravy should be done. Turn that down just a little bit more. Jeez. Now the way we liquefy the gravy again, or the way I do it, get a spoonful of the gravy, 2 spoonfuls without meat. Not that hot. Like that. There you go. Just start mixing it around. Use a little metal dish like I did. It's going to get hot though. So, but yeah, just keep mixing it until that there's no more little rubbery looking chunks. Pour it in, whisk it around. That will add a little bit more thickness to your gravy. There we go. Like that. Probably turn that heat off. All right, guys, here we go. Just like Grandma used to make. So now here we go. We're right here. Take your spoon. That's what you want. It's like that. Turned out perfect. All right. All right, so this is one of the biscuits right here. There's it. Turned out like a little muffin. It's pretty good though. I'm gonna cut it open and take a look at the inside, especially since I forgot to put in the frozen butter. Wow. Not flaky like a biscuit, but still looks really damn good. Smells like a biscuit. So let me make up my kid's plate. Eli, there's his plate.
Oh, that looks good. Oh, cool.
And right on the butteriness, because I forgot to put it in butter. Other than that, it tastes like a biscuit.
This tastes really good, Dad.
I will be making these again, for sure. Once again, thank you to the food wizard, food scientist, Chris Cooking Nashville. That man has, he doesn't, I don't think he knows how much of an inspiration he's been. And what he's done for our diet, our life. Look at all, I'm putting more gravy on mine. So, one more taste bite for you guys before I close out the video. Let's see here with the gravy. Amazing. Right here, this is how we do this, guys. Proper human diet, morning Christmas tradition. Let's get healthy.